Hey everyone, welcome back to VA Made Easy. I'm Ed Farmer. Today we're going to talk about getting separate ratings for mental health conditions. So clients often come to me, Ed, I'm service connected for more than one mental health condition. Shouldn't I get separate ratings for that? And the general rule is, yes, each disability should get a separate rating. However, the VA has a rule called the anti-pyramiding provision. And what the anti-pyramiding provision says is you cannot get compensated for the same disability twice or the same manifestations of symptoms twice. So let's say you're a veteran with a 70% rating for both bipolar and PTSD. Yes, bipolar and PTSD certainly are two distinct mental health conditions. However, when it comes to mental health conditions, there's a lot of overlap with the symptoms. So in order to get separate ratings for mental health conditions and not violate the anti-pyramiding provision, you need to be able to separate those symptoms and point to what symptoms are caused by what mental health disability. So for example, in the bipolar PTSD example, if you could get a mental health professional to say, yes, his anxiety is only from PTSD or his sleeping issues are only from bipolar, you may be able to get separate ratings. However, something you got to keep in mind, even if you are able to get separate ratings, it may not benefit you. So in this example, you started off at 70%. Let's say you are able to get a mental health professional to separate the symptoms of what are caused by bipolar and what are caused by PTSD, and the VA separates them, and they assign a 50% rating for your bipolar and a 30% rating for PTSD. Now, 50 and 30 in VA math is not 80%. The VA does not add those ratings. They combine those ratings. So 50 and 30 is not 80. It's 65, which is rounded up to 70. So you're back in the same position you were. So it might not be worth your time and your effort to try to get those mental health conditions separate ratings. Now, there is one instance which I do recommend trying to get separate ratings, and that's when you have a mental health condition combined with a traumatic brain injury. Although there are a lot of overlapping symptoms with mental health conditions and traumatic brain injuries, there are some symptoms that are only attributed to TBI. For instance, a lot of guys with TBI may have fine motor skill issues, trouble communicating, other neurological issues such as inability to taste or smell. In those instances, you may be able to get separate ratings for your traumatic brain injury and your mental health condition. So I think the takeaway here, guys, is if you have more than one mental health condition, it may not be worth trying to get those ratings separated unless one of them is a traumatic brain injury. Thanks for listening, guys. As always, please like, share, subscribe. If you have any questions, feel free to set up a consultation with me. And remember, you have the power to change your VA claim.